how does it feel to be welcomed back to Grahamstown and not have to welcome other guests? Basically, sorry, how does it feel for you to be welcomed in Grahamstown and you not the other way around, as you usually do, welcome other people in?
Well, it's a great pleasure to come here, and suddenly I get a badge that says VIP, because usually I'm like one of the workers doing the welcoming, as you say. So it's strange to be here and no responsibilities to organize the event, because most of the time I was helping to make sure that things were happening, sending text messages to people saying, is the tea ready, because we were finishing early. And most of the time I was also helping to get the funds for the Highway Africa and make sure the sponsors were happy. And making sure I'm sort of checking people have their transport all right. Anyway, now I don't have to worry about that. So it's very nice that other people are doing that, and I'm very confident that they do it perfectly, of course.
Okay, and how was your welcome back to Grahamstown?
Well, I haven't really had a welcome as such to Grahamstown, but lots of people, they say, hello, where have you been? Haven't seen you. So it's really lovely to see all these friendly faces and people still doing good work here. And yeah, it's a very good place to be, Grahamstown. You can see it's a magnet for people to come to.
Okay, my second question is, this conference initially began in 1997 when you co-founded it, and then basically my question is, how different is it from the first year that you started it?
Well, the first year that this conference started, it had a budget of 25,000 Rand and about 60 people. So now it's like in the millions of Rand, the budget, and people are like about 600, So you could say it's gone up, 10 times what it was. And of course, when we started also, the internet was just something like new, not many people even knew of it. And then we went through a thing where internet, there's a lot of information that could be useful for journalism. And then we said, and we can start producing journalism on the internet. And then mobile phones came, and then now there's data journalism, so it's got more and more rich and more deep, this whole internet. And it's not something far away now, it's like part of a lot of daily life, and it's really important for the media to be engaged with it much more than previously. And things like even like freedom of expression on the internet, it's very important, because now there's new people like bloggers, and some are being put in jail, and sometimes there's no freedom of expression because people's electronic communications are being monitored, and then they get into trouble. So these are like all new challenges that Highway Africa is trying to address. And then one other thing I'd say is sustainability of the media as an institution. So how can you, as a media house, compete when there's so much stuff on the internet, and how can you make some money to cover your costs on that? So those are the kind of questions Highway Africa has to address.
How do you feel you've achieved? Because I mean, it could have gone the other way. It could have not succeeded for the 16 years that it has. And so how do you feel the fact that it has grown to be this big conference that everyone comes to? How does that make you feel as a co-founder, from having about 60 people in 1997 to how it's grown now?
So I think that it's a fantastic networking occasion. And not just networking for the sake of friendly people, which is of course is very nice, and not just networking for fun, which is very nice, but also networking for knowledge exchange. So I think that's why people like to come here, because they like to say, okay, what's really happening? Who are these other interesting people are coming here? Businesses became sponsors, and the Department of Communication became a partner, because they know this is an interesting thing to exchange information and make connections, and you can follow up later. So that's really nice. I think that this conference, it's like a real incubator for knowledge and relationships and connections. Everybody who comes to Highway Africa, I think, will bring a lot of interesting stuff, but they take away a lot of interesting stuff. So it's it's like a marketplace of ideas and information.
What is your advice on freedom of expression to all the delegates who are going to be here? Because people come from different countries, and it's not the same in all countries.
I think freedom of expression it's not just for the media, it's for everybody. But the media are the ones who use it very much, of course, and they should realize that that they set an example, And so they should try to use freedom of expression really for the best purposes possible, to really build societies and build democracy and play their role in an ethical way and be a watchdog against corruption. And because they are very privileged media people, to be full-time using freedom of expression, not just for in a conversation, but for mass communication. That's a fantastic privilege to have, and so that's my message. Preserve it, defend it, and don't think it's only for you, it's for everybody, freedom of expression. Respect other people's expression, but also remember that you can set an example. The best way is the best freedom of expression.